everyone. Welcome to Lilybug's Library. My name's Linda, and today we're going to do our weekly update. Can't call it a Friday update all the time because I'm finding out that it's a little harder than I thought to try and keep to a schedule, but I'm working on it. So the first one of our books that we're going to talk about today is Till the Cat Lady Sings by Ellen Riggs, and this is number 4 in the Bought the Farm Mysteries. And with this one, Ivy and Keats decide to take in a cat. I think it's a stray, if I remember. And there's a cat sitter that is not too happy with Ivy. She believes that she's not taking good care of the cat or any of her animals, which of course is not true. And then her family has also opened up a new hair salon, and someone ends up getting murdered there. So she has her hands full trying to clear her mother's name. So really good. Really enjoyed kind of the interactions with the cat and with, and I'm sure they had a name for the cat, but why don't I see that? I don't think they say it. Anyway, trying to, with Keats trying to kind of keep the cat in his place, and the cat being a cat and doing what he wants, and Ivy trying to kind of soothe everything between the two of them. I have to say it probably wasn't my favorite one because of that. I mean, I like the interaction in some ways, but in other ways, I really love Keats, and it's like, oh, poor baby, you know. So having to deal with all this. So I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 stars. So the next one that I read was an arc that I got from Book Sirens. And this one is from Jana Rollins. So thank you to her and to Book Sirens and the publisher. And it's the second in the Zen Goat series, and it's called Goats Just Want to Have Fun. So this one was excellent. It's still about Callie with her Zen goat business. And this time there's a Lupine County fair that's going on, and she has agreed to bring her goats there along with Bugsy. And they are going to do goat yoga classes in the mornings. So she has her baby goats, she has Bugsy. Bugsy, of course, is, causing problems like he always does. He's getting out of his pen, he's getting into trouble, and she has to keep, putting him back where he goes. And the worst part is she's a little afraid he's starting to teach the baby goats that. So she's dealing with that, and then someone ends up dead, and she is caught trying to find out who it was because she has a friend ask her to look into it when he's the main suspect. So lots of antics ensue after that, and it's just a real mess at the fair as she's trying to figure out all this with her cousin Tristan. And so really really enjoyed it. I just love Callie. I love her aunt and uncle, great aunt and uncle I think, and the farm, and then nothing screams country and then a country fair, so that was excellent. And a lot of good suspects, and you really get thinking, could it be this one, could it be that one, and it really kept you guessing. And as well, she has a little bit of a couple of times with Levi, who, if you remember from the first book, was the veterinarian, and a little bit of a romance uh, blossoming a tiny bit. I get a little irritated at Callie every time she sees him because she always says the wrong things, and she's always stumbling around him. Like, the girl needs to get it together. But but other than that, it was great, and I would give it 5 stars. I also finished The Black Arrow. So The Black Arrow was the classic book that I was reading, and it was by Robert Louis Stevenson. And it took me quite a while to get through it. I just wasn't putting the effort into it that maybe I should have been. Too many other books out there, I guess, but it was good. It was a serialized version of A Boy's Adventure back when it was written. So he would have put it into the papers, maybe 1 or 2 chapters at a time, and stretched it out over time. And I have to say, for A Boy's Adventure, back then, I think they were a little more liberal with the adventure part than maybe they would be today, because there was lots of swashbuckling and murders and thievery and all kinds of things. But it was very good. The hero in the story is Richard Shelton. They call him Dick, and he basically was rescued by this duke who took him on as a ward after his father passed away. What Dick didn't realize is that he was the cause of his father's death. So that, starts to come out, and he meets a girl that he's very much in love with and really wants to kind of rescue her from this duke as well. And so it's quite a grand adventure as to how he gets through all of that. Really interesting. There's murder, there's revenge, there's all kinds of things, and but still done in a way that's feels authentic, and not a lot of, I guess, blood and gore the way that things are written now. So really enjoyed it. Took a little while to get used to the more archaic language, but I liked it. So I would say, I know that it says in the beginning of the book as well that Treasure Island, which is his most famous book now, apparently did not do as well as what this book did when it came to when he first had it published. So I thought that was interesting. Anyway, really enjoyed this one, and I would give it 4 out of 5. So the last one that I read was not really, I guess, my kind of book in some ways, but I saw it on Hoopla or Libby, one of those, and I thought, okay, well, sure, let's check it out. So I listened to it, and I'm not unhappy I listened to it, but it had a lot of triggers in it. It should come with a lot of trigger warnings. It had abuse, it had miscarriage, it had, oh, I don't know, a bunch. So if you are going to read it, please check around and make sure that you're okay with it. Now, all that being said, it's called No Good Asking, and it's by Fran Kimmel. And this is about Ellie and Eric Nyland and their 2 sons, and how they moved back to Eric's childhood home so that they could have kind of a fresh start, because they had lost a baby, and it really threw Eric's wife for a loop. She just was never the same after that. They have one son who's, if not a teenager, yes, I'm sure he is a teenager, because he was getting ready to get his license. So he's about 16. And they also have a younger son who has autism, and I'm not sure of his age, but I'm guessing maybe 4 or 5. So they're trying to settle into their home, and Eric used to be a sergeant, I believe, and in the police department. And now I think I'm not sure if he's retired or if he's just taking a break, but he ends up going for a drive, and he finds this girl who's wandering around in the cold without being dressed properly. And he takes her home, he looks after her, takes her home, and he turns out she lives across the street, which they didn't even know. And as he steps into all that, he realizes there's a lot more going on there than what he knows, and he doesn't believe that she's safe. And so it kind of goes from there with him kind of trying to look out for her, and his family and all of their issues. Oh yes, there's a grandfather too that lives with them that's got Alzheimer's. So there's a lot going on, a lot of characters, a lot of moving parts. The story itself was really good. I did find some of it a little hard to get through because of the triggers, and I will say that my main concern was not even that. It was the fact that I felt like I was going along, and things were kind of improving, and I was, quite happy with kind of the way things were going. And then it seemed like the end came really fast. So I felt like I needed a little bit extra where it kind of went along, and then you felt like there should be this part in here, but really the end was right there. So it's like I needed a little more. But it was good. I'd give it a 3.5, rounded up to 4. So not too bad. And I do have a few more on the go. I started, well, we had Wonderful Husband and I were still reading Briar Club by Kate Quinn. We're running into a little bit of a problem with that because it is due back at the library in 2 days, and I don't think we're going to be able to finish it. So I've put it back on hold. I don't know how long it'll be before we get it back, but we may have to kind of put a pause on that one. And then I am reading Black Ops Tag, which is another arc that I got from Book Sirens. So I'm working on that, and that's a romance story. And then I'm also listening to a Nora Roberts book from 2022 called Night Move. I think I told my sister it was, no, it's called Night. I keep getting that wrong. It's called Night Work, and I think I told my sister it was called Night Move. And anyway, I was all mixed up. But it's it's Night Work, and it's about a young boy who turns into a thief because he's trying to pay for his mother's cancer treatment. And so it's about his kind of growing up story, coming of age story. So anyway, that one's been really good as well. So working on those, probably have them done before the end of next week. So it hasn't been a bad reading week. I got, quite a few finished, and still need to come back in a couple of days and tell you about what's going on for March. I'm participating in middle grade March this year. So along with Krista from Books and Jams and some other booktubers, and looking forward to that. So hope everybody has a great weekend. I think we're expecting another storm, which seems to be our weekend thing. So I hope wherever you are, I hope the sun's shining and you have warm temperatures and a lovely weekend. All right, talk to you soon, friends. Bye bye.